Hello and welcome to my next review, which is Doctor Who Series 7, Episode 4, The Power of Three, or Power of Three. I won't spoil the plot. It's starring Karen Gillan, Matt Smith, and Arthur Darvill. And Brian's back, played by Mark Williams. Brian. Moving on. 2 good points. There's an Earth. The Earth setting's actually, for once, used well in this story, I believe. There's an interesting opening scene. Brian, Rory's dad, is back in the episode, and that's generally a good point because Brian's a great character. There's an epic returning of Unit. I like how Brian's alone in the TARDIS for 4 days, watching these cube things. He's basically brilliant, really. I think the creepy mask guys in the hospital are pretty good. You can tell by the way that it's mentioned throughout the story. You can tell that in the next episode that the Ponds are going to be like leaving. It's basically leading up, which I think is really good about this episode. It's actually given off quite a few hints to what's going to happen. The Brigadier's daughter, Kate Lethbridge Stewart. I thought that was a brilliant point. The fact that yes, the Brigadier's now dead. But which I was sad about when I heard about it, like all that time ago, and then like when the actor died, and then when the Brigadier was announced dead on Doctor Who. I think it's quite nice that they brought his daughter in, and I hope that they use her again. I hope Unit are used again, but it's great that Kate's in there. I think the spaceship setting when the Doctor and Amy and Rory and Brian all end up on the spaceship. I thought that was really good. And the creature known as the Shakri, it's not actually the Shakri, it's more of a computer hologram, but it looks cool. The monster guy looks cool. He looks a bit like Darth Sidious, but much cooler, really. Darth Sidious with the hood and more robot bits. I think it's really cool. Yeah, that's all of the good points. Bad points. There's a point where Amy says it's been 10 years since they first met the Doctor. Amy and Rory don't look 10 years older at all. Like, at all. Like, you'd think that there would be some revealing of 10 years on them. If that's the case, what time is present day? What time is present day on planet Earth currently? Because to be honest, I don't know. I don't like the whole thing where the Doctor talks about how he got really attached to Amy and Rory, and that's why he misses them and stuff, because I know some Doctors have actually had more or less just one companion their entire run as the Doctor. But the fact that he just, on occasions, he has shrugged off and he's just shrugged off other companions. So I don't think that his attachment to the Ponds, his attachment to Rose was particularly good either. I don't like the fact that in new series has gained a major attachment. I mean, yes, there has been attachments in like classic series and stuff, but nothing to this scale like he did with Rose and like he's done with the Ponds, which is why I don't like it. My biggest problem with this is the plot. This is why I haven't really. I know I barely tell you the plot of the recent series because I don't want to spoil it for you, but even so, I usually reveal it within my good points and bad points. But this story doesn't seem to have much of a plot, which I don't really like. I think it's my major problem. There is barely any plot to this story. I mean, the plot was pretty much switching cubes on and off. That was basically the plot of this. They're basically, these black cubes land on Earth and wait, 9 months or something before they attack. They're scanning and assessing humans. And then they basically cause a massive culling of humans by stopping their hearts and stuff like that. But the entire episode really has no plot until to the point where it's basically switching a cube on and off. And I don't think the plot was amazing at all. Another thing is the fact that the little girl who's a robot and the two creepy mask-looking things are not even used to their fuller potential. I thought there'd be something interesting going on with them. And nor the Shakri, really. The Shakri guy didn't really have... None of them were actually used to their full potential at all, really. They were just used very little in the episode, which I didn't really like either. So yeah, they're the bad points. So yeah, that's my good points and bad points. I give this a rating because I think this episode is good because of the good points, but the fact it lacks plot and there's some little plot holes in the story, and I don't think the Shakri, those mask things, or that robot girl were used to the full potential that they were supposed to. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10, which is better than Asylum of the Daleks, but I wouldn't say it's the best of the series. It was a good episode, though, compared to Asylum of the Daleks. I enjoyed it, really. I enjoyed it apart from the fact it lacked plot. But I liked the little things that happened in it. I liked the use of Brian, and I liked Kate, Lethbridge, Stewart, and Unit. I thought those three things were basically what gave it the 5 out of 10. Yeah. So that's about it, really. I think the series is going up, but then it's kind of went slightly down, but it's still alright. But the next episode, I don't think is going to be good. Angels in Manhattan. Angels take Manhattan, sorry. Daleks in Manhattan. They use Manhattan a lot. But yeah, I don't think it's particularly any good for the fact that one, River Song's in it, and I don't like River Song. And two, the Weeping Angels are in it, which I don't like either. So yeah. But Amy O'Rourke supposedly dies. One of them dies, and the other one leaves. So we'll find out in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching my reviews, if you've watched the other ones as well. Rate, comment, subscribe, you know, all that, la-di-da-di-da. Stay tuned for next week when I review Angels Take Manhattan, and then after that I should resume my top 10 best and top 10 worst Doctor Who stories, but it'll have to wait because I've got my video 100, which won't be anything special. I didn't really want to do anything special, but we'll see. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.